All right, here we go. Now we're going to make these letters look like they go back in space and do all the right parts to make it look like it's the thickness of that letter. Now, here's where we're going. This is what we're going to do. It's going to be looking something like that. So you can kind of see how these don't look just as dynamic as these because we don't have that thickness of the letter yet. Here's the process. Now, on all of this, a good place to practice. If you're not sure if you're going to get it, remember the blocks you did on front and back to kind of get used to doing the 1 and 2 point perspective? Once you've taken your photographs and they're all good and they're kind of off to the side, these are good places to practice. You're not going to use this for your final pre-sketch, but they're good to practice on these. All right, here's the basic way to do this. Now, since the letters are on the right side of this cube, the left vanishing point is going to be used for to get the depth of the letter. Okay, so check this out. The back side of the M is already done. Okay, it's going to that vanishing point just from the original cube. Everything's going to that vanishing point, but there are a few more spots that we need to pay attention to get the rest of it. All right, one, if you see a corner like that, and look at it, it's like you can just sense that something is missing there. That corner, just like the other orthogonal lines, needs to go over to this vanishing point, and it's going to stop right where that orthogonal line goes to that vanishing point. Okay, so that is how you start to get, the thickness. These lines that all go off into the same direction. Okay, I'll bring these in and out a couple of times to help you visualize. Now we just start going around the letter. If I stop at this corner and I draw a line over here, it's going to go right in the middle of the M, and we don't want that. Okay, that's going to be confusing. So we go around, let's go here. Now here, if I draw a line from that corner, that kind of shows where the tip of the M is. Okay, so that's a good one to do. And if I go here, again, that goes inside the M, so no. Down here, see, remember it got blocked off. It's like one letter blocking the view of the other. Like you wouldn't draw the part of the T back here that you can't see because it's behind the P, right? So it's that sort of thing. You can't draw these lines because right now, at least, the P is in front. But I'll tell you a little secret. We're going to later once we get rid of this. That'll happen in a moment. So let's go up here. Looks like we might be able to, oh yeah, we can. Check this out. So we can also, because that angle fits to this vanishing point, we can draw that one. That kind of shows the top of the M. Now there's this, look at this open space right here. Okay, that, we need to show where the back of the M is. Think of the way back there. This gets a little tricky, so hang with this for a second. We have to, again, show where the bottom of this cube is. So very lightly, I'm just going to draw a line there. You can see that. I'm going to draw a line on the bottom side of the cube over here. Okay, now where this line meets that line right here, that's where they meet. That is going to go back to our parallel idea. Okay, but I'm going to draw that with a ruler. So that becomes the back side of the M. Okay, like remember we've talked about negative space before. This, you don't have to do this, but right there is negative space, like you can see through the two legs of the M. Okay, so then we can get rid of these little lines that we just made. Now it looks like that M is kind of floating. That's okay. That's no big deal on this. That happens all the time. Okay, so for now, that's all we can do with the M. Let's move to the P, and we have to go back to the M, and this kind of thing will happen on some of yours. Not all of them, but some of them. Now, see this corner of our original cube on the P? Look, we don't need that space anymore. So what happens is you're going to go from your vanishing point, come down, and once you touch the top of the P right where you wind up touching it with the ruler, that is going to be the new top of the P. So we can get rid of the old top of the P. As soon as we do that, now we can see where the bottom of the M is, because we got rid of that little space, and we can put that little line in. We can redraw this little orthogonal line. Now we can see where the bottom of the M is, right above it, and we can make this little line to show where the M tucks in behind. We can extend the back side of the leg of the M down to the top of the P. And again, if you draw kind of lightly, I'm drawing dark enough so you can see it on the video. Okay, so that's how you can kind of shave off the top of the P to come down. With these videos, guys, I go pretty fast. You need to stop, rewind, watch it again sometimes. Now I'm going to find the bottom of the P in the same way. Okay, orthogonal line up to the vanishing point. Okay, now I can get rid of that. Now this is the solid part. That's the solid part of the letter, that thickness back there. So, see this curve? We can do the same kind of thing right here. Just give it a little curve to kind of match that. It's smaller because it's farther back in the distance. It should have a flat spot right here because there's a flat spot right here. Then we get rid of that corner. Now, check this out. We don't have a bottom of the P yet, the leg of the P. So what we do is we have to reintroduce the bottom of the leg of the P. Now some people will just draw a line right here, but that's not going to be right because the back of the P wouldn't go back so far. So what we have to do is kind of reintroduce the corner of the P, of that cube. Okay, and that happens to be right where you can stop the back, or stop the leg of the P. So then this part of the P hangs out. So it winds up being that this space right here is almost equal to this one. If you kind of did that, then you know you're doing the right kind of thing. If you did that way back here, look how big that is compared to that. Okay, this should be very much the same. All right, so that's the P. Oh, I forgot something. Woohoo! Sometimes there's an inside of a letter. See this corner right here? This is an opening like a little tunnel. We can take our orthogonal line and go boom right there. See, that kind of shows how the inside has an angle up in there as well. Kind of like how you can see the underside of the T right here, and the inside. Oh look, check it out. There's a P. See that little angle back in there? That's what I just drew. Okay, right up in there. All right, so let's go back to the R. Look, check this out. The R is done back here. Okay, but as we work our way around, now again we're going to use this vanishing point. Nope, not there. Not here because it goes inside the letter. Not here, not here. Now here's a nice little trick. Every time there's a rounded corner, do not draw that line. This was a corner, right? Here this is a rounded corner. So you don't, even though there is kind of one here, you don't put it there because it's rounded. So we can go around to here. This is the nice one right there. I'm going up to that orthogonal line. See that angle? Now, under here, that becomes a tunnel that you could kind of go through there. Around, no. Ooh, we have to do the same thing here that we did at the top of the P. We have to shave off the top of that cube. So to do that, I'm going to go to my vanishing point. My eye is shifted over to here. Right when my ruler touches the top of that R, now I can go back and bump into the P right there. Now hopefully you can kind of see where that R looks like it's three-dimensional. All right, whoops, there we go. That's it. That's the next stage. The next video is going to talk about creating a cast shadow, how to get it traced onto the final paper, and we'll go on from there.